today we are continuing the magical turnabout. We are playing through the trial, and from what it looks like, there's about 6 cross-examinations that we need to do, and also a mood matrix. So I'm going to try and get like 2 or 3 other cross-examinations done today, and then the mood matrix as well. Because from what it looks like, the mood matrix is pretty much at the start of the trial. So yeah. Wait, how many? Is there 2 cross-examinations at the start? I think so. I'm just having a look through. Just having a look through how long each bit is. It looks like each bit of each like cross-examination is like pretty long. So yeah. So we'll probably try and get 2 or 3 cross-examinations done today, and then we can get probably the rest done on Friday. So yeah, I'm gonna get right into it. So we've got a new prosecutor, don't we? We have Psssttt, don't we? And I completely forgot that I had Emma on my OBS thing. I just completely forgot I had her in there. We're keeping Emma with us. Yeah, we're keeping Emma on. I'm gonna keep Emma on the stream. It's her first game back as a detective. Love Emma. I love Emma. Emma is such a great character. I'm fine. I'm apologist and I'm fine. Is Apollo okay? He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. I guess the pressure of today's trial is getting to him. Which is fair fucking enough. Like, he's defending his boss's daughter. Like, that's fair fucking enough that he's like got all this, that he's like, kind of nervous. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up over all this. Get it together, Apollo. Yikes, Athena. When did you get here? Try to relax a little bit, will ya? You're getting yourself way too worked up. Yeah, but I'm alright. I'm fine. You know, I did a little digging on this Nayuta Sadmani guy. He's apparently not your run-of-the-mill prosecutor. Oh yeah? What did you find out? Well, they say he wields an incredible power to accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate. What is that supposed to mean? I don't have all the details, but apparently he can foresee how the arguments will go and even lead his opposition. So the defense basically ends up going in whatever direction he has in his head. Man, this isn't gonna be a cakewalk if that's true. Emma did say she'd talk to him first though. Here's hoping that went well. In any case, it sounds like he's going to keep us on our toes. Oh yeah, we saw Emma go talk to Nayuta in the cutscene in the last stream on Monday. That's why I know you're ready, why I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. I'm guessing that's from Phoenix. Yeah, it's from Phoenix. Mr. Wright is putting his faith in me. I can't let him down now. Oh yeah, because Wright is in Quran at the moment of this trial. So, and he can't easily get back to Japanifornia. Which is like kind of like the jokey name, by the way, if you don't know the law behind like the name Japanifornia. It's basically, it's mainly because of localization. Because originally, in the original Japanese version of Ace Attorney, because it was originally released in Japanese on the GBA and the Game Boy Advance, and then they had an international release. Basically, in the Japanese release, apparently it had more at least in the first Phoenix Wright trilogy. They had a lot more references to Japan and would refer to them being from Japan and stuff apparently. But in the at least in the English localization, they changed a lot. They dulled down a lot of the Japanese references, which is fine for the first Phoenix Wright, because the first Phoenix Wright is in a very vague location, it could be set anywhere. But in reunion and Turnabout, and all the cases, and after reunion and Turnabout in Justice for All and in Trials and Tribulations, all the cases and stuff that are set in Khura'in, it's a lot more obvious that this is not an American setting, but still there's still some references to it being in America, like for example, I think Francisca refers to Phoenix as an American. I cannot remember when this is. I think it might be, it's either in Reunion and Turnabout or Bridge to the Turnabout, where Francisca refers to Phoenix as an American. But yeah, so that's where kind of Japanifornia came from, because in the original localization it's kind of more explicitly set in Japan, but in the English localization it's more explicitly set in America. And I'm just checking this discard ping really quickly. Yeah, there we go. I'm fine. There he goes again. It's almost like he's chanting a prayer. I'm fine. I'm apologist and I'm fine. That's his cause of steel. If you say so, Apollo. The trial will start momentarily. Is the defense ready? Yes, we're fine. Down. Tracy's fate and the fate of the agency rests on this trial. This is it, Justice. If ever was a time to shine, it's now. Oh yeah, because if Tracy's found guilty, obviously she's Wright's daughter. Wright owns the agency. The Wright Anything Agency is literally named after him. So if his daughter gets a guilty verdict, the reputation of the Wright Anything Agency will just go down the fucking hill. So yeah, we need to get Tracy a not guilty verdict, or at the very least involuntary manslaughter. But I know that it was said in the investigation, I think Emma said it to us, that Nayuta is actually pushing for a murder conviction and not involuntary manslaughter. Court is now in session for the trial of Tracy Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And here he is. Here's Nayuta. And the prosecution. Prosecutor Sadmani. 1,000 pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim. Oh, praying. Yeah, I see. You're a Khura'inist monk, correct, prosecutor? Yes, that is correct. I am but a lowly monk from the kingdom of Khura'in. I beg in advance for the forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in this court. I am unfamiliar with the proceedings of this country and may make many blunders. It seems like such a gentle-mannered soul, doesn't it? I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Tracy. Now then, Prosecutor Sadmani, your opening statement, if you would. Certainly. In the name of the Holy Mother, I vow to guide the victim's soul to a land of eternal peace known as the Twilight Realm. Now, let the last rites of the victim begin. Nayuta Sadmani, he's really been making a name for himself apparently, but that nickname, Last Rites Prosecutor, I wonder how that will come into play today. The incident took place in the middle of a spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick in which she thrust a sword into a coffin from which the body of the victim then spun out, dead from a fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Manoff Mystery, otherwise known as the Great Mr. Reeves. His blood was found on the sword that was used during the magic trick. But Tracy thought that she was using a rubber sword, and basically, I think at the start of the show, she was using an actual metal sword, but then she switched it out last minute for a rubber sword. So obviously, a rubber sword wouldn't pierce someone. But maybe the opposite happened. Maybe she originally had the rubber sword at the start of her show, but then when she was switching it out, maybe she grabbed the metal sword. Okay, the autopsy report has been added to the court record. So his death was just an unfortunate accident. It is only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honor. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution's position is thus, that this was a murder made to look like an accident. I see, and you believe this crime was committed by the defendant. After a thorough consideration of all possible scenarios, I unfortunately had no other choice but to conclude as much. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? But didn't you see her reaction when Ryu's body spilled out from the fucking coffin? Like, she did not expect that, like, and that reaction was definitely not faked by Psssttt. So, yeah, I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all. Very well, and now, let's hear from the defense. Naturally, we maintain that the defendant is innocent, Your Honor. If the defense wouldn't mind, could you please explain your reasoning? My reasoning? Well, I would have to say that my main reason is because I believe in the defendant. I see. So you find it difficult to come up with anything more concrete than that, do you? Well, fine demonstration of the fact that you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind. Putrid mind? Prosecutor Sadmade? Excuse me, but I don't... I'm sorry? That was crying, but if you don't mind my asking, prosecutor, what was that you were just chanting? A sutra of the Holy Mother that guides those of tainted soul toward enlightenment. It is a Koreanist incantation to awaken the foolish from their fruitless slumber. Fitting for a lawyer who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused. I see. So basically you're asking the defense to get real. Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners and to guide victim souls to the Twilight Realm. Should you show repentance and admit to the accused's guilt now, no harm will come to you. But should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim, then I shall cast you down into the pit of hell along with Trucy Wright. Now just wait one moment here. Putrid pit of hell? Is that any way to address someone in a court? Oh yeah! What the fuck? Prosecutor Sadmade, that may be the way you conduct trials in Quran, but I'd appreciate it if you would refrain from such charged language here. Your Honor, that was but a Quranist sermon for those who have strayed from the path. Harsh words are often necessary to admonish contemptible deviants who cannot see reason. Oh, I see. I didn't realize. I guess they really do hate defense attorneys in Quran, huh? Even so, that was way over the top as far as verbal abuse goes. And the trial's only just begun. Piece of evidence number 620 of the judge needs to grow a fucking backbone. Well, defense, I suppose the way a prosecutor does things varies by country. Why don't we look at this as a cross-cultural exchange and try to be open-minded about it? What? Bailiff, please bring in the first witness. Okay, it's gonna be Emma. And she's got her snackies again. Nothing much changes from the first apologist, I say. Oh, I thought she said goodbye to the snackies. You good, Emma? Emma? Detective Sky! The courtroom is no place for gorging yourself. What's wrong with having a little snack? Girl's gotta eat, right? She seems a little stressed out, yeah. Detective Sky, your testimony, please. Yeah, about that. I just want to state for the record that I believe Trucy Wright is innocent. I'm sorry? So Emma's on her side. Detective Sky, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Giving the wrongdoer false hope will only deepen her despair in the end. But I let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother. Yeah, understand why. I understand why Emma is so stressed now. Fine, I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment bit loud and clear. I guess Emma got assigned tons of paperwork or something for sticking up for Tuesday. She and Prosecutor Sagmadi don't seem to get along very well, do they? Shall we continue? The prosecution contends that the accused had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Sky. Alright, please take a look at this poster. Okay, that's this Troop Grammere poster, and I said it right this time instead of Group Tremere. It's a Troop Grammere poster from 13 years ago. Is it just me, or is it a little different from the one in Mr. Wright's dressing room? You literally saw this in the investigation in Trucy's dressing room. I just realized I said Miss Wright's instead of Mr. Wright's. I'm so used to it's literally one letter off from, so my brain is just like nope. This is a revised version of that poster. This one says cancelled under Mr. Rios. That's right, Mr. Rios left the troop after the first version of the poster was printed. Take a look at Mr. Rios' right forearm near his elbow. See that big scar there? He apparently got that when he made a mistake while practicing a magic trick. Ouch, that's quite a scar. Because of the accident, Magnified Grammere concluded Mr. Rios was too unskilled. Just before the show was to open, Magnify announced Mr. Rios wouldn't be appearing. But in defiance of Magnify's decision, Mr. Rios tried to go on stage anyway. This, in turn, caused Magnify to oust Mr. Rios from the troupe on the spot. So he basically got fucking fired instead of retiring like I originally thought. He kicked Mr. Rios out? That seems rather extreme. Did he really have to go that far? When it came to magic, Troop Grammere was so passionate, or should I say extreme about it, that it caused problems for them from time to time. Yeah, they even caused this court a mountain of trouble with their extreme antics. And now the troop's successor has committed a murder. It seems the troop's rare talent was inherited by the right person after all. A putrid talent for criminality. I'm gonna punch him in the fucking face. You sound rather extreme yourself, prosecutor. Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honor. As I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Rios apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troop. He would tell those close to him, I will get my revenge on Troop Grammere someday. Revenge? That certainly sounds antagonistic. Okay, that's been updated in the court record. And then his chance for revenge finally came. If you would be so kind, Detective Sky. I guess I don't have a choice, do I? Witness testimony time, Sky. Witness testimony time, Emma. But first I want to actually look through the evidence that we already have. So we have the stage diagram. This is how one of Trucy's tricks works. How she would disappear from this coffin. She would go down through this ladder because there's a trapdoor in the bottom of the coffin. She would go down this ladder and then she would go up. There's some more trapdoors on either side of the coffin, and she went up one of these with like a lift thing that's like in the understage passage. And then we have the show script that was Bonnie's, but so we had Trucy's hat trick, Bonnie's teleportation trick, and Trucy's escape trick, and then Mr. Rios' fire trick was then cancelled due to, you know, him being dead. Then we got the Troop Grammere Creed that was given to Trucy from Magnify, I think. That was like, no, it was given by no, Magnify gave it to Zach, who then gave it on and passed it on to Trucy. And then we've got this 13-year-old poster that we just saw with, you know, Magnify in the middle, Rios on the left, Thalassa on the right, and then just in front of Magnify, Valen, and then Zach. And then we've got this crime photo of Rios. Then we've got these fingerprinting results. The prints on the coffin lid belong to Bonnie. The prints on the side panels on the inside belong to Mr. Rios, and the There was prints on the top panel, but no one knows who they were. Tracy will glow during the show, so none of her fingerprints were found. And Mr. Rios' palm prints on the inside are reversed because, as we see in this crime photo, when he fell out of the coffin, he was facing forwards. But these fingerprinting results suggest that he was actually facing backwards, because no one can really have your fingerprints be like in that position when you twist them around to look like they're backwards, you know? So yeah. And then we've got the fire bucket that was supposed to be used in case of a fire, but it was empty and dust was inside of it. So it hadn't been used, it hadn't been prepared for the fire truck, suggesting that whoever was supposed to fill it, may have been the actual killer of Rios. So yeah. And then I got this contract signed by Tracy, and then it says she was liable by compensation. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about this. So that she was supposed to pay Brettons like $3 million in case she caused the show to be cancelled in part and in full. But we found in here that in this clipboard here that there was what was it called, like graphite paper or something. It's basically paper that you put in between like two other pieces of paper, and then let's say Tracy had the contract that she read, and then on top, and then this contract saying that she was liable she had to pay $3 million if she caused the show to be cancelled. That was on the bottom. So when she signed the top contracts that didn't say that she had to sign $3 million, when she signed it, her signature got like kind of like copied onto this contract here, and we found that in this clipboard here. Yeah, it was instrumental in debating Raja's dishonest dealings, aka Brettons'. And then we've got Tracy's statement. Bunny messed up Mr. Hat's position for the escape track, placing him opposite the scripted location on the right side. As a result, Tracy had to quickly move the lifts under the stage. She never told anyone that she had to move the lift stages. And then we've got stage lift 2, which is the lift that Tracy had to move out of the way. She moved stage lift 1 into the right because it would take 2 people to bring the lift down. There was only one person in the underground passage at the time, and that was Tracy. So she had to move the non-lifted up stage lift 1 into under the right hand side trapdoor, so that she could bring it up. Only one person needs to lift it up, but you need 2 people to lift it back down again. And then got the sword stand that contains the rubber sword, but Tracy says she swapped it for the truck. And then we got the show footage, which we watched on Monday, so we won't watch it again for now. And then we got Man of Mysteries, aka Rios' autopsy report. The cause of death was shock as a result of being stabbed through the back of a sharp blade. And yeah. And then got, Tracy Wright, our defendant, Phoenix, our boss, and Tracy's dad. We got Athena, our co-counsel and fellow lawyer. We got Bonnie DeFarm, a magician who performed in the show with Tracy. Rettins, aka the Ratings Raja. He is a producer at Take-Two TV. And then got Mr. Rios, aka Man of Mystery, aka the victim. And then got Emma Sky, our detective in this case. And then we've got Nayuti Sadmari, our prosecutor in this case. So yeah, witness testimony time. The victim planned to get his revenge on Grimeri during Tracy's magic show. Mr. Rios was going to first steal the Grimeri notebook from the defendant. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did in fact steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had the chance to reveal the secrets. By the time the accused had discovered the notebook's theft, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Mr. Reeves and make it look like an
Objection!
That's nothing but conjecture. The victim's assistant, Bonnie Pham, gave the police a statement. She testified that just before the start of the show, Mr. Reeves said, "I'm going to reveal all of Troop Gameri's secrets on stage today." What? Well, that isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it? You're telling me. Allow me to give you one piece of advice, defense. Oh? And what's that? His hair is slipping into his beads. It's like here, and it is annoying the fuck out of me. Let it go and move on. Excuse me? Helping a sinner will only sully your own soul. One possessed of an unclean soul will burn in the flames of hell, and then be ever burdened with that sin in their next life. But I don't believe in that sort of thing. Besides, I have no intention of giving up. Oh, Holy Mother, grant me the strength to deal with this putrid lawyer. All actions have consequences, and yours will surely earn you the honor of being a mere stink bug at best in your next life. A stink bug? Now then, Mr. Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please. I want to punch Naruto in his face. I want to punch Samadhi in his face. Okay, saving here. Okay, let's have a look through Emma's testimony again. Oh, I love the little penalty thing. It's like little defense attorney badges. Because in the first Phoenix, right, it was just like little blue boxes, but that's not what it is now. Obviously, it's like been different over the games, but yeah, it's not. It's
Hold it!
I like this new penalty. I like the new little penalty icons. I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder? Naruto beats me. Yeah, come on, Naruto. What the basis is beats me. You'll have to ask Prosecutor Sadmadi over there because he hasn't told me his reasoning either. Do the prosecutors just hate the police? Just hate the detectives that works on their cases? Because first there was Edgeworth and Gumshoe, and you could probably make the argument for Blackwell and Fulbright, but by for tomorrow, you could say that was fucking valid, right? Because the Fulbright we knew for over the course of Dual Destinies wasn't the actual Fulbright, so yeah, that was fucking valid. But now there's Sadmadi and Emma. It's just Sadmadi not telling Emma shit. Detective Sky, your feeding of information to the defense has not gone unnoticed by my eyes. The bad karma of acts which go against your duty will impinge upon you in your next life. But even before that, it may impinge upon your job in a form of a transfer. Please don't get me kicked out of the forensics unit. Anything but that. Poor Emma, she's really been risking everything for us. Well, Prosecutor Sadmadi, what are your grounds for claiming homicide? It was the luminous tape in the understage passage. I realized that it had been moved so that Mr. Reeves would climb up into the downstage coffin by mistake. What? Mr. Reeves, who was waiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder shown here on the left. He was to climb up into the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area. After being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1, Mr. Reeves was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin. But the luminous tape had been moved to mark the downstage ladder. So the victim climbed up into the coffin on the stage itself by mistake, the very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into. And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape? Well, of course, Detective Sky. Oh, that's right. I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape. But she was wearing gloves! She was wearing fucking gloves! You know what? She was wearing gloves! The no fingerprints would have been found! I'm sorry. Trucy wore gloves in her performance. Like, we even have kind of proof. Let me see. It should be in here, the show footage. There's Mr. Hat and Bonnie. Yeah, she wears fucking gloves. She should show up any minute now. But yeah, look, she's wearing gloves. Like, how? How? You can see that she's wearing gloves. How would her fingerprints have been shown up? How? Well, defense, are you finally ready to let it all go and move on? No, absolutely not. Detective, please add the information about the prints on the tape to your testimony. The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show. Not during the show. And it said in here as well, Trucy wore gloves during the show, so none of her fingerprints.
Objection!
That's a straight up fucking lie. I'm sorry, Detective Spike, but there's a flaw in your testimony. Oh, really? The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at the time. It doesn't. Please consider the fingerprinting results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints was found on it. That's true, we didn't find any of her prints on that coffin. I think you've realised what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show. Oh. She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation was insufficient. Oh my. But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that. Well, Prosecutor said, Marty, if the defense's argument is true, then you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim. I see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. You didn't even watch... Did you not watch the security tape of what... Did you not watch the tape of what actually happened during the show? Like, so Marty, did you not fucking watch the show footage? Like, because it clearly shows that she is wearing gloves in the show footage. I see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I thought. More than a stink bug, at any rate. Come on, you can bump me up to at least a stag beetle now, can't you? Would that really be any better? Of course, way better. Stag beetles are cool with those huge mandibles. The fuck are mandibles? Huh? If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question. Alright, shoot. Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide and entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it. So what he's saying is, the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right? Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defense can argue that it was involuntary manslaughter. I see. If it was involuntary manslaughter, they could plead extenuating circumstances, and the severity of the crime could be mitigated. Defense, if you please the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue that it was an accident? This is it. The all-important question. The defense argues that Mr. Rios' death was... And why did my webcam have to die on that moment? Okay, so if we argue that it was an accident, then Trucy's gonna get charged with involuntary manslaughter. But if we argue murder, then we could say somebody else killed Mr. Rius. So murder. So we'll argue murder. Because one thing that still bugs me is the fact that, like, from obviously what we saw, Trucy stabbed the side of the coffin, right? But Mr. Rius was stabbed in the back, and there's no, as far as we know, there's no like stab wounds on his side, on his right side, on his not right side, on his left side even, and there's like basically no way. It's very hard to, you know, turn around in the coffin, so he couldn't have just stood like sideways in the coffin to make that scenario work out. So somebody else murdered him. Somebody else murdered him. The defense maintains that the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it wasn't an accident, but murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party. A third party, as in the true culprit, is someone else. Yeah, that's what we always bloody answer. That is quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds. Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness. Surely you were allowed red pepper in your previous life. I've been demoted to a vegetable. Oh, wow. I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant. In any case, I do have grounds to make the claim. Let's hear this reasoning of yours then. Alright, but before I give it, there is one question that we need to address. If the victim was killed by some third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, then how did we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin? A very good question. Now let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin? She was killed on the stage, maybe. Because we didn't see her get killed in the coffin, so what if the victim was killed under the stage before being put in the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go? Oh, I see. In that case, the defendant's sword wouldn't have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor said party? That is the third time. The third time of what? You dickhead! What the heck is this? My head. Judge, are you gonna go fucking backbone and stop the prosecutors from assaulting the defense? The judge needs to fucking grow backbone, I swear to God. What do you think you're doing? Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she is struck 3 times. Since you never learn you need to be punished, why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? And it's what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. A sermon? Now, there is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. Huh? A cornered lawyer has unexpectedly struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get it right? No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you are that frog, defense. What exactly is your point anyway? Let's assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who then had the opportunity to do so during the show? Let's see. The people in the show were Bonnie DeFam, the victim Mr. Rius, and Tracy Wright. Bonnie DeFam was on stage throughout the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from the show. So did you watch the fucking footage or not? because if you watch the footage, you would easily see that Trucy was wearing gloves, and therefore your earlier point about the fingerprints was irrelevant. Which leaves us with only one suspect, Trucy Wright. Now, do you see? The accused killed Mr. Reeves as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. Oh, great and merciful Holy Mother. Thus, another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment. Ugh, can't believe I swallowed his trick question whole. Yes? Athena! Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here. Athena, what are you... There's something I want to point out, Apollo. And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in countenance. I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same. And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity? I most certainly would. You just argued that the defendant killed the victim on the stage. But let me remind you that Miss Wright is a girl. Clearly. Sure you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact? Your Honor, please send for this little child's guardian to come in. But I'm not done with my sermon. You don't need to talk like Prosecutor said Marty, you know. Listen, if the victim was killed in the understage passage, then his body would then have to be hauled up to the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have hefted that large body up and put it in the coffin. That's true. It does seem like it would be a rather difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could do it. What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's the child now? In my religion, the priestesses of Quiranism are revered as the pillars of our beliefs. So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective. Says the man who called this fair maiden a little child. Who's a fair maiden? I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was the dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused, Trucy Wright, that is. You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what her, then you explain how that even be possible. But of course... How are you going to explain it, said Marty? There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up. Huh? Wait, you really can't explain it? I foresaw that arguments would come to this, so I have prepared a witness. Well, I admire your readiness, prosecutor. It is really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial. You couldn't have really predicted that things would turn out like this, could it? It's pretty hard to believe. Excuse me, but may I sit down now? Yes, I suppose you may. Well, one moment, Detective Sky. I'm sorry for, the way I handled all of this. You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable. It was? Yeah, you served well as a detective and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work. Unexpected? Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth, cutting Gumshoe's pay. Hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems rewarded by the unexpected praise. I guess he's a pretty nice person, like they say, as long as you're not up against him. Yep. Now then, let us call the next witness. Bonnie DeFam. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's very nice to meet all of you. I'm a legomorphing illusionist from the land of fairy tales and Bonnie DeFam. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you. Please, witness. There is a time and a place for all things, including magic. But it would... It would be okay if I do just a little trick, little magic, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody's waiting. Now's my chance to shine. That is your second time. My second time doing what? There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting, correct? Is no one exempt from His Holiness's rosary of suffering? May we have your testimony, witness, once you've recovered from your disappointment? Well, as a huge fan of Trucy's, I don't really want to testify against her, but I guess I have to, don't I? As a huge fan of Trucy's, huh? I hate her. I love her. I can't stand Trucy, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You are definitely a huge fan of hers. Yeah. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves. Yeah, huge fan, yeah. Sure, you're a real fan, alright. Of destroying Trucy, I mean. Okay, I've got her testimony. I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Reeves. I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used a stage lift. Is it possible? Could Trucy really have? If Trucy did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift too. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way. She couldn't have used stage lift 2 though, because it was already lifted up. You're on stage the whole time, and you're sure about that? There's no question, the entire audience could testify to that fact. What's more, she's shown clearly in the TV show footage as well. I couldn't possibly have killed Mr. Reeves, not little me. Therefore, the only person who could have killed the victim on the stage is the accused. Furthermore, by using a stage lift, even a petite young lady could have raised the body up to the stage without difficulty. You've gotta be kidding me. Very well, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination time. Let's save first.
Hold it!
You said you're a huge fan of Trucy's, isn't that right? Oh yeah, I even became a magician because I wanted to be just like her. The first time I saw her, she was performing at the Wonder Bar. She was only in junior high back then, but she got up on stage with tons of confidence. And then she proceeded to win my heart with her astonishing tricks and a winning smile. She certainly sounds like she means all of that. So finally being able to perform with her must have been quite a treat for you, right? Oh yeah, after all, it was my chance to have her see me. Not just as a fan, but as a fellow magician. But then that horrible accident happened. It was not an accident, it was murder. Witness, please explain if you would. How a small young woman such as Trucy Wright could have raised the body.
Hold it!
What makes you think it would be possible? It's not like you tried it out yourself, right? Shit, my webcam. But yeah, isn't that only like one trapdoor into the coffin? Unless the coffin was moved, but I doubt that. Cause Trucy was in the coffin. Cause the thing is, Trucy was in the coffin first in the show. So, and then she, went through the trapdoor that was under the coffin. So, and we didn't see the coffin move after that during the show. Oh shit, my webcam has decided to die. But yeah, we didn't see the coffin move at all. So it couldn't have been moved to another trapdoor, like the backstage one with the other coffin. So, and under that trapdoor with our first coffin that's over it, there's a ladder. So, and there was probably no way that the stage lift could have fit under that, while also being able to while also allowing Trucy to easily put the body up there. So it wasn't Trucy. What makes you think it would be possible? It's not like you tried it out yourself, right? Well, actually, we did try it out for ourselves. Okay, you did. Detective Sky, if you would. Oh. And so that's why you made me do that. Detective Sky, what did he have you do? The prosecutor asked me to try raising one of the male police officers with the stage left, without a single word of explanation as to why he was making me do that. You're kidding. It's as if he really can foresee all of our counter-arguments. Do not underestimate this humble servant of the Holy Mother. More like haunted. I guess that means Trucy could have lifted the dead body up. Does that mean?
Hold it!
I doubt it. It's not possible. Could Trucy really have what, Mr. Fan? Please finish your sentence. Don't try to beat around the bush. Come right out and say it. Why not tell the court what you really believe? What I really believe? Of course I don't believe Trucy could ever commit murder. Such an amazing and wonderful magician would never do such a thing. But taking all the facts into account, what else can I think? I know of at least 3 other unflattering things you really think about Trucy. How can you attack this girl when she is obviously speaking with reserve? There is such a thing as reading between the lines, Mr. Justice. But you don't call out, said Marty, for hitting us with his fucking beads. For hitting us with his fucking rosary. What? Grow fucking backbone, man. It's sad how the youth of today lack the ability to do such a basic thing. It's sad how you can't grow backbone. Looking at me like that isn't going to help me stick my foot in my mouth less, Your Honor. Witness, please describe what the accused might have used to lift a dead body. Alright, why is my webcam being all silly? Why is my webcam being silly?
Hold it!
I thought you just unplugged it and replugged it in as well. Okay, let's see if it'll actually work. It worked for like an hour, and now it's for like just under an hour, and now it's just being silly. Stage lift 2. You mean the stage lift shown here on the left? That's right. With a stage lift, I think even a small girl could easily lift a dead body up to the stage. And so that makes her the murderer in your opinion. Of course not, I believe in Trucy. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of hers. Oh brother, how long is she going to keep this act up? Defense, what position was stage lift 2 in after the show? Let's see, if I recall, it was in the fully raised position. And the reason why it was fully raised is because the accused used it to lift the victim's body, wouldn't you agree? Feel free to slowly mull it over while you roast over the flames of hell, you evil red pepper. So now I'm also evil? Added 5 minutes, by the way.
Hold it!
You didn't have a single spare moment to slip down to the understage passage? Huh? Don't tell me you suspect me now. I'm just trying to do my job by fully examining your alibi. Depending on how solid it is, I might have to suspect you, yes. You gotta be kidding me. Don't spit on my head and tell me it's raining, my boy. Am I getting the footage, or are you too much of an idiot to see? The real Bonnie is coming out, huh? Mr. Sam, are you feeling alright? You seem suddenly different. Oh, oops, where did that come from, right? Oh my, I seem to have snapped there for a second, didn't I? Sissy? You didn't just snap, you broke character just now. In any case, I was on stage the whole time performing magic. When you saw me in the footage, right? My dazzling and flawless performance? Flawless? That's odd considering what you told me. You said that you made a mistake with where you positioned Mr. Hat. Mr. Hat, to what is the defense referring? Well, I made a little mistake on stage. I was in charge of operating Mr. Hat, you see. According to the script, I was supposed to place him on to the left of the coffin. But I flipped it up and made him stand to the right of the coffin instead. And because of that mistake, Trucy had to move the stage lifts around. I feel really bad about messing Trucy up like that with my groove. Darn it, I don't see any inconsistencies in her testimony. Now do you know who the real killer is? Come on, Gramps, don't just sit there, hand down your ruling pronto. Do it quick before you keel over up there. I beg your pardon. Oops. Oh, what's gone into me? I'm so sorry. I gave her another 5 minutes before she tears off that mask. Well, defense? Are you ready to let it all go now? Of course not, I'll never give up. Athena. I see, I suppose this too is fate. The sacred scriptures of Coriolism describe a variety of hells for damned. Someone like you who struggles ceaselessly against his fate, Papal Bolgig seems most appropriate. People boil what? Oh wait, that's Coriolis. What sort of terrible place is Papal Bolgig? A place where the more one struggles, the further one falls into the abyss. At the bottom of the abyss, a ferocious beast awaits. Think of it as something akin to Antlion's sandpit trap. And there's one of those in my backyard. Wow, Coriolis' tale is closer to home than I thought. Now then, it would appear that the witness's testimony supports the prosecution's claims that the defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim on the stage. How are we supposed to get out of this jam? Well, if you can't find any contradictions, maybe it's time to use analytical psychology. Yes. Psychology time. You mean, I heard some discord in Bonnie's voice while she was testifying. See? The widget is picking up on the noise in the heart too. That's right. Athena can hear things others can't with her super sensitive hearing. She can hear the emotions people suppress as a kind of noise or discord in their voices. Alright, Athena, let's give it a try. You've got it.
Hold it!
Your Honor. I'm afraid that our witness, Mr. Pham, is suffering under terrible traumatic stress due to this horrible incident. She is? Yeah, what with that terrible death on stage, and her beloved Trucy getting arrested, and she's under awful strain and shock. In fact, I don't know how much she can take before she is unfit to testify. What? Oh, I've heard of that. What is it called? Postal stress disorder, am I right? It's where a person becomes uncontrollably angry. I think I read about it somewhere. That's going postal, Your Honor. This is PTSD. Oh my. So that's why the witness acts so hostile at times, as if she were a different person. Yeah, and I think her condition is clouding her memory of the incident. Therefore, I suggest a short therapy session for the witness. And it's starting soon, by the way. Ah, therapy? You don't know the first thing about magician's mental strength. I've risked my life jumping through the rings of fire and having my body sawn in half. Oopsie. Well, I have to watch my temper, don't I? Something is up with her. Something is definitely up. Miss Sykes, please do whatever you can to help this unfortunate young lady. And what exactly is this child planning to do, Mr. Justice? What, her super sensitive hearing, Miss Sykes can hear a witness's true emotions. Simply from tone and inflection, she can tell exactly what a person is feeling. I can even pick out feelings that a witness is trying to suppress or hide. Widget projects the emotions I hear into the mood matrix, where I can analyze them. A It sounds like some sort of spurious devilry. And I'll have to reread that again, just the ad is in progress. I'll probably try and get as much as I can through this trial. Because we've done 2 cross-examinations and we're just about to start the mood matrix as well. So yeah, we're gonna try and get the mood matrix and maybe like 1 or 2 more testimonies done. Because we've got the 2 testimonies plus we've got 2 testimonies done in an hour, so we can probably get the mood matrix and maybe 2 more done in the next hour and a half, maybe. Because I want to be done with this stream at the latest 11. So yeah, and the ad is nearly done. Welcome back to the ad, everybody. If it sounds like some sort of spurious devilry, though I find it hard to believe, I must ask, how do emotions constitute evidence? And I'm just going to check this Discord thing really quickly. There we go. While I won't say that the emotions can be taken as evidence per se, I've seen how instrumental Miss Sykes' work has been in cracking a case. Therefore, I wholly support giving it a try. I see. If you are in favour of it, Your Honour, then I have no objections. Even this mere monk can see that something disturbs the witness. I'll disturb you. Oh, thank you for understanding, Prosecutor Sanmari. Apollo, do you remember how to conduct a therapy session yet? You want me to lead the session? Of course, you're the lead on this case after all. Fair enough, but do I need a refresher? No bloody need. I think I still remember from last time, so let's get right into it. Okie dokie. You ready, Widget? Let's do this. I guess Trucy is the one who killed Mr. Reeves. Even she could move the body with that lift. I was on stage at the time, okay? That terrible mistake. My stupid flip caused Trucy so much trouble. I feel so bad about it. That is definitely a weird ass emotion. She's actually displaying being happy. We'll talk about this incident. We'll talk about murder. As I say, Mr. Pham, you certainly are a strange one. Even though you said I feel bad about it, it seems you were feeling happy about it. Yeah. I think I can guess why you were feeling happy. It must be because you messed Trucy up. It wasn't a mistake. You deliberately messed up Trucy's show. I think you are happy because you messed the defendant up. I'm right, aren't I? You're gonna be kidding me. Why would I be happy I messed Trucy up? I'm a big fan of hers. Because we saw you. I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Trucy right. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves. And I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. It's like one of those sneezes where you're going to sneeze, but you don't sneeze. And so, yeah, it is the fucking worst, man. We saw how you said you hated Trucy, right? How you were glad she's in trouble, and even how it was what she deserved. Ouch. It looks like I hit the bunny on the head, so to speak. Noise level down to 50%. Apollo, the noise level dropped. Now if we could get it down to 0%. Well, Mr. Pham, are you ready to confess how you really feel? What? What do you mean? I'm Bunny, the sweet, cute little bunny. I'm a rookie magician working hard to be just like my idol, Trucy. That's the character I'm supposed to be. Keep that up, Mr. Pham, and you're going to have a mental breakdown. Just let yourself be who you really are. Who I really am? The two sides of you are fighting each other and doing you psychic harm. I can hear them. two distinct voices battling inside out. Shut your pie hole, you know nothing, you know it all. You know, what did she say? You know nothing, know it all. I mean, you mustn't say things like that or I might get flustered. Misty fam, how long do you insist on maintaining this wolf in sheep's clothing act? We can't end this therapy session until you get real with us. Set the wild beast inside you free. Ow. What? What's going on? You good? Don't make me laugh. You don't know a dang thing about me. You wanna see who I really am? Fine. Take a good look. Oh. She's a bat. What in the world? Sheep's clothing? You got it all wrong. It's a rabbit suit I've got on. I'm not a wolf, I'm a blood-sucking vampire, a bat with fangs and wings. Okay, I think we just opened Pandora's box. I'm finally done with that goody two-shoes cotton tail act. I feel free as a bat. Defense, your therapy session has taken a turn for the worse from the looks at it. There's a perfectly good explanation for this. Isn't there, Miss Sykes? Methinks I created a monster. We blew it. Hey you, lobster boy. Who, me? You think I'm glad Trucy's in trouble? I think she's getting her just desserts. Well, guess what? You're right. Does this mean you admit to wishing the defendant harm? Well, the bite's out of the bag now. That mistake of mine was a work of art. Thanks to my gift, poor little Trucy had to do all that hard physical labor. When you say hard physical labor, what are you referring to? The stage lifts, you just said that like 10 minutes ago. Because of Mr. Hat's new position, Trucy had to move both of those huge stage lifts. They must have been so heavy. What a riot. That's strange. Tina, could you please add that last statement to Bonnie's testimony? Alright, I'll update the mood matrix with the new info. Hey, hello. Now there's a new inconsistency in the testimony. Yeah, she finally slipped up, so what do I need to do now? But from this point onward, you just do what you do best. Find the contradiction in the testimony and present evidence to refute it. Alright, I've got you now, Bonnie DeFam. Guess Trucy is the one who killed Mr. Reuse. Even she could move the body with that lift. I was on stage at the time, but that terrible mistake. You know what? Serves her right. Thanks to her, she ended up having to move the stage lifts. What? She never told me.
Objection!
That doesn't make sense. What? So you think I'm crazy now? No, that's not the point I was trying to make. But I don't hear you denying it. Misty fam, allow me to repeat your statement. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts. That's right, I still have to say that's what she deserves. But how do you know? How do you know Miss Wright moved the stage lifts? Huh? According to her own statement, she didn't tell anyone she had done so. What? So how could you possibly have known what she had done unless you saw her? You saw Miss Wright moving the lifts in the understage passage, didn't you? Yeah, you saw her. Yeah. I like these little illustrations that they do for that they have for the mood matrices. I love them. And also Widget's little bye-bye as well. You did it, Apollo. Noise levels are at 0%. But Mr. Justice, wouldn't that mean... Yeah, Your Honor. Misty Fam herself was under the stage where the victim was killed. And I hardly need to tell the court what that means. You are one artful liar, Miss Defam, and one spectacular suspect. Why are you shining red lobster boy? You saying I killed Mr. Reeves? I'm saying that is a possibility. What's more, I said you had a solid motive to frame my client for the murder as well. My apologies for raining on the defense's merry revelry, but I seem to have forgotten one very important point. Oh, really? The TV footage. As you can clearly see, Mr. Fan was on the stage the whole time. The entire audience can now witness to that fact, including you. Oh yeah. Apollo, what are you gonna do now? You have just taken a long and senseless journey, only to return to the starting line. The witness could not have been in the understage passage, which means the only one left who could have killed the victim is the accused. Guess the party's over. But Mr. Pham knew something she couldn't have known unless she was under the stage. How do you explain that? Prosecutor said Marty. It's quite simple. The accused must have told Miss Pham about it, but then forgot. Open those useless eyes of yours and take a good look at the footage. If Mr. Pham really was in the understage passage, it would mean she was on stage and understage at the same time. You mean she was in two places at once? That does seem to be the only explanation that makes any sense. It may be an explanation, but I'm not so sure about the makes sense part. Then we'll just have to make it make sense. Your Honor, the witness was both on stage and understage at the same time. That is the defense's assertion. I've heard some illogical things come out of you before, but this is absurd. I'm sure you'll change your tune. Once you hear my reasoning, Your Honor. My gut tells me you're bluffing far by. Very well, Mr. Justice. How do you explain how the witness was in two places at once? There were two bodies. There were two bodies, Your Honor. If that were the case, it would all make sense, wouldn't it? There were two of them. I suspected you had a few screws loose, but now I see someone missing altogether. Is there a toolkit in this courtroom, Your Honor? I suppose those 3 screws to the head should rise into his putrid brain. Very well. Bailiff, could you...
Hold it!
Not literally. No, wait, please listen to my argument. Very well. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to at least give it a listen. As was argued earlier, Mr. Tom was shown in the footage the whole time. But at the same time, she was also watching Miss Wright in the understage passage. The only possible explanation is that there are 2 bodies. That almost sounds like it makes sense. What do you think, Prosecutor said Marty? This humble servant of the Holy Mother is of the opinion, yes, that we should lose no time in replacing the defense's many lost screws. But Apollo, it goes against reality itself to say that one person is actually 2. But we don't have to be bound by reality. After all, we're talking about magic here. So if the body they found in the footage is the real body, then the body here on the witness stand, the one who must have been on the stage, this body they found is our second body. She is? Say we call the one in front of us body 2. I believe I have just a piece of evidence to prove that Miss Body 2 exists. Oh, then please submit your evidence, Mr. Justice. What proves the existence of a body 2? Maybe this? Maybe this.
Take that!
Maybe the fake prints. What's this? During our investigation, we found a set of unknown prints on the coffin on the stage. These prints were most likely left during the course of the show, but they didn't match the prints of any of the people involved in this case. An unknown third party's fingerprints? I was not told of this. Emma must have kept it from him. So the question is, who could these prints possibly belong to? Mr. Fam, or should I say Bunny 2, these are your fingerprints, aren't they?
Up to them!
We're getting somewhere. Oi! Enough of this foolishness. One person could not possibly be two. Don't you dare throw your rosary at me. Don't you dare throw that at me in a minute. Those fingerprints could have been left, not only during the show, but at any time. It's not like you to lose your cool like that, Prosecutor Sadmadi. I'm sure you know that exactly when the fingerprints were made is not the main issue. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Mr. Justice? The issue is who these unknown prints belong to. They're certainly not body deforms. But what if they belong to the person standing right in front of us? Oh, you mean Bunny 2 is the second bunny? Is that what you're implying? It's preposterous to suggest that those prints belong to the witness. I say they must belong to some other unknown individual. Prosecutor Sadmadi, can you really look at her and still say that? What are you looking at? Take a picture, it will last longer. How could this be? If we check our prints, I'm sure they'll match the unknown set. Well, Bunny, the prints that don't belong to the real you belong to you, don't they, Bunny 2? Witness, is what the defense has said true? Fine, I admit it. The fingerprints are mine. Then does that mean you aren't Bunny the Fam? What? Ridiculous. Are there really two bunnies? Nope, there's only one bunny. That's because I'm Betty the Fam. So, twins. What? Ladies and gentlemen of the court, it's time for a wondrous magic show. Gasp in amazement at this lagomorphing illusionist perform her teleportation trick. Watch closely, it's showtime. Ooh, oh. Here's Bunny with her bunny umbrella, and here's Betty with her bat umbrella. Naruto's just chilling, he's vibing, he doesn't have a care in the world. And Apollo was just like, what the fuck is going on? Even though he proposed it, but yeah. What an amazing trick. The witness has suddenly split into two people. It's not a trick, no gimmick to it either. Well, simply, twins. Yeah, like I said earlier. What? Twins? Why are you so shocked by that? You fucking suggested that there were two separate bunnies. Why are you surprised that they revealed that Betty and Bunny are twins? So that's how the teleportation trick works. Ever since our debut, I've had to hide or pretend I'm Bunny. All cute and sweet and goody-goody. I can't tell you how stressful it's been. But I don't have to hide anymore. That's right, our days of sneaking around are finally over. Their cover is blown, but they actually seem pretty happy about it. So which one of you is the nice bunny the fam we met in the dressing room? That'd be me. And the sharp-tongued bunny we saw with the ratings Roger on the stage was... Hey, you know what you call it, sharp-tongue? It's all starting to make sense now. So, Mr. Justice, this changes the facts of the case rather dramatically, doesn't it? It certainly does. During the show, it was Bonnie who was on stage the whole time. So Bonnie couldn't have committed the crime. Yeah, that clears up Bonnie. But Betty, on the other hand, who was on the stage, did have the opportunity. Oh, fucking dare. I see you grabbing at your rosary. Don't you dare take it off and throw it at us. Well, so now we have 2 suspects. Wait a minute there, Lobster Boy, I didn't do it. No, we have 1 suspect. We've cleared up Bonnie. Bonnie was on stage the entire time. We literally don't see her kill anybody. But Betty is a suspect, not Bonnie. That's right, Betty might have a foul mouth, but she'd never kill anybody. Hey, you just got a foul mouth here. Oh, well, speak up, huh? Don't call you a twin. You fucking loser. Didn't save your siblings squabbling for later. Betty, you must have been in the understage passage during the show. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known about the stage lifts being moved. So what exactly were you doing down there? Fine, I'll testify. Anything to get you off my back. Prosecutor Sadmadi, Betty DeFam is ready to testify. What do you say? Betty, you lied to this humble servant of the Holy Mother. Hey, what else could I do? I couldn't blow our cover and ruin our magic act. Besides, I'm going to go to your twilight hell or whatever for being a liar. You will indeed. However, it won't be after your death. Rather, I shall give you a taste of your punishment on this mortal coil in interrogation hell. Now then, Betty DeFam, please explain to the court what exactly you were doing under the stage. It's true, I had business in the understage passage because of the upcoming trick. It was a fire trick, right? The one Mr. Reuse was supposed to do. That's right, it was a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it. It was in the script and I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident. Shut up, you're gonna give it away. Anyway, I was real busy. Yeah, way too busy to have the chance to kill Mr. Reuse. And he had the time to shit talk Trucy with Rettins? Well, that was certainly different. I was that for a flawless testimony and alibi. Our magic sphere is not a trick or a gimmick. Oh my, she's floating. No, Bonnie's just lifting her up. Your Honor, you can literally see Bonnie's hands. You can see she's being held up from below. You're supposed to pretend you didn't see that. It's a little something called etiquette. Yeah, I probably don't have that. But I can't help it. Whenever I see a contradiction or inconsistency, I just have to point it out. You're real fun at parties, aren't you? Now then, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Cross-examination time. Let's save it first. Okay, so pepper it like with the PS fire bucket. I hate to break this to you, Betty, but there's a big flaw in your testimony. As big as the one in that flowing trick you did earlier. Oh, harsh words. Well, let me tell you something, four-eyed boy. No one has ever figured out how we do our teleportation trick. No one except me, you mean? Well, we have even better tricks up our sleeves. Ah, we do. I told you to keep it zipped. Now, don't fight, you two. Mr. Justice, what's this about a flaw in the testimony? The script has this to say about the fire truck. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. However, we found the fire bucket lying empty backstage except for a layer of dust. What'd you do? You didn't even attempt to get ready for the next trick, did you, Bear? You got me. What did you do, Bear? Betty DeFam, you will explain yourself. There's nothing to explain. Come on, Betty, we can't hide it any longer. We might as well tell them. shut up. You can barely take care of yourself. Don't try and tell me what to do. Well, if neither of you will explain, I guess I'll have to. The reason Betty didn't prepare for the fire truck is because she knew the show wouldn't go on. You didn't prepare for the fire truck because you knew, didn't you? You knew that the body would be found and then the show would be cancelled. Yeah, she definitely knew. She definitely knew that something about reuse. Don't be ridiculous, you insignificant speck of a man. Want to yank those lame bangs off yours off?
Objection!
Whatever, they can grow back. Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already. I can't reveal my secrets. I'm a magician. The law supersides. The law, you know, is what's the word? Is it supersides? Is it subsides? I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's like the law is above magic. The law is above magic, basically. You have been chasing the shadow of an illusory culprit defense. And having chanced upon a convenient target, you have let yourself get carried away. Exactly, where's your proof, huh? And yeah, I can see that the witness's taste for false words have also been proven. I advise you confine your deceitful trickery to your magic act, witness. Deceitful trickery. As you're called upon a therapist, I'd like to add something here, Bay. You finally let yourself be who you really are. But if you continue to hide behind lies, you'll just be imprisoning your heart all over again. All these questions mean you're trying to put me in prison for real. So I'll be behind bars anyway. Does that mean you're admitting your guilt? Of course not. I can't believe you people. Every one of you thinks I did something I didn't do. You, Lobster Boy, Keyboard Geezer, Headcase Brat, Cerberus Monk. What? Cue ball geezer? Headcase brat? Really? Wait, Betty, calm down. Wait. Tina's 19. Bonnie's 19. Betty's 19. You're the same fucking age. Why the fuck are you calling her a brat? Betty, calm down. Come on now, deep breaths, deep breaths. Look, I'm not a murderer, I tell you. Then how did you know the show would be called off before the fire truck? I told you we can't reveal our secrets. We're under contract. Contract? What is she talking about? Be that as it may, you're obviously a suspect in this case.
Objection!
I'm beginning to see the karmic threads that make up the intricate tapestry that is this case. Huh? Allow me to summarize your assertions, defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage. And second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it. Exactly. What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found, and that the magic show would then be called off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim on the stage. But what if Betty knew that the show would be called off for some other reason? Like what? In the course of my investigation, I found it strange that the dragon set piece fell where it did. I completely forgot about that. That in conjunction with the body tumbling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion all seemed too perfect for mere happenstance. It was as though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance. Ouch. Planned out? After deciding to take this case, I scrupulously studied everything I could about the mass media in this country. I read the newspaper, old news reports, I even browsed tabloid magazines. How very industrious of you. I'm impressed. During this process, I learned about a strange practice favored by the TV world. Shock value. A practice called the hidden camera plan. Betty and Bonnie, you knew about this, did you not? About the dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. You two were informed of this plan by Take-Two TV in advance, correct? Is that true? Oh yeah, because Betty was talking to veterans in advance. I assume it was, yeah, it was Betty who was talking to veterans. Betty, please, let's tell them now. I can't hold it in anymore. Yeah, come on, Betty, tell us. Dang it, fine, you got us. Everything the prosecutor said is true. The TV station paid us to cooperate with them on this plan. It was all a plan. Prank. I bet set up planned out in advance. Mr. Ryu showing up dead in the coffin. The set piece falling down. It was all completely scripted. Oh. It was all a prank. Bonnie, is this really true? Yeah, Mr. Ryu was supposed to pretend to be dead. That's how it was supposed to go. So he was in on it too? That's right, he was supposed to show up dead in the coffin, and then the set piece would fall down. Trucy would be shocked and start to panic. That's how the prank script went. What the heck kind of prank is that? But we never thought that he'd actually wind up dead. Yeah, that was the only thing that was different from the script. Poor Mr. Reuse. I'm so completely lost right now. Well, Betty and Bonnie, it certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do. Alright, I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. Just this once, we'll share how it was done here. So listen carefully. You never hear this kind of thing anywhere else. No, the little bat is so cute. After our teleportation trick, I went down on the stage. When Mr. Ryu's body appeared from the coffin on stage, it was time for Betty to do her job in the understage passage. That's right, I used the remote control for the winch connected to the dragon set piece. I made it fall upside down. And just before the dragon fell, I called Trucy to the backstage so she wouldn't get hurt. After that, the plan was for Mr. Ryus to come back to life in front of a panicked Trucy. She was supposed to laugh and fly up and away. That was how it was scripted anyway. But for some reason, he really did turn up dead, so he kind of just stayed on the ground. What kind of sick joke is that? It sounds like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me. But the poor defendant was trying to do her magic show. I guess so. I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, Trucy. Whatever. It was all the Rating Raja's idea anyway. Yeah, it sounds like just the kind of thing a guy like him would come up with. This is the prank plan script. Prank plan script we got from the Rating Raja. Okay, let's put that into the court record. Dang it, you made us break our contracts. Now we won't get paid. But where does this all leave us? Oh, what does this say? Mr. Reese's body will appear in the supposedly empty coffin, which should cause a big ruckus. After capturing a bit of Trucy's reaction on film, Mr. Reese will come back to life, laughing and flying up into the air, causing another round of surprise. Okay. Who killed the victim, and when? Yeah, exactly. Those are the key questions. If Mr. Reeves was only pretending to be dead in the coffin as a part of the prank, then when he was on the stage, there would still be life within him. And if that is the case, then Betty, who was also on the stage, may be excluded from our list of suspects. Oh fuck. Witness, was the victim alive up until he entered the coffin? Oh well, now that we've spilled the beans, might as well show you the video, and I'm gonna check this Discord pin really quickly. There we go. Okay, what video? What are you gonna show us? Britney Spears is I the Great Mr. Views. Didn't I have another budget for fucking another little animation? We're currently in the middle of Trucy's escape track. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I am now hiding backstage, preparing to play a little prank on Trucy. I am about to hide in the coffin, which Trucy was stabbed with her rubber sword. And when the coffin opens, I'll be in it, acting as though I've met my maker. Can you imagine the look on Trucy's face then? I can hardly wait. Okay. He's about to hide in the coffin. Oh god. This just every time we try, every time we see it, you know, every time it seems that, you know, we get so close to proving that Trucy didn't kill Ryus. It all comes back to somehow it being proved that Trucy killed Ryus. This isn't looking great for us. This isn't looking great at all. It would seem the threads of karmic destiny have led us to the truth. The victim passed through the understage where Betty Sam was and came up into the backstage area. We know this because Mr. Ryus appeared to be backstage when he shot the video we saw. It appears that way, yeah. And defense. You proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? But then, what about this video? This footage was taken just before Mr. Ryus entered the coffin. Oh, so does that mean... Yeah, it is horrible but true. The tragedy did indeed play out right there on the stage. Went into the coffin where Mr. Ryus was hiding. Trucy Wright thrust her blade. But again, it all comes back to that stab wound. Trucy Wright stabbed him in the side. He was facing forward in the coffin, right, and there was not much room to turn. Trucy stabbed him in his left side. She stabbed Ryus in the left side. But he has no stab wound on the left side. He instead has a stab wound in his back. So how could she have killed Ryus? I know Apollo and Steph Marty haven't brought up the stab wound, and Emma didn't bring it up. But why is the stab wound in the back when Trucy stabbed it from the side, from the left side? That does not add up. That does not add up at all. See? Told you so. So are you saying the incident was a tragic accident that happened during a prank? It would be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand. So let us ask the accused herself. Miss Wright, did you have prior knowledge of the prank? What? I... Tell him, Trucy, you didn't know anything about it, right? Of course I didn't. I didn't know a single thing about
Objection.
it. Still think you can play innocent, do you? In that case, you leave me with little choice but to present this piece of evidence. It looks like some sort of note. Bonnie, get the video camera after me. Actually, let's skip that. Bonnie, get the video camera after Mr. Ryus comes tumbling out. I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. Was there more graphite paper? Or whatever it's called? Was there more of that weird paper that copies the signature onto another piece of paper called? I don't know. At the time, I did not understand what it meant, but all is clear to me now. Cause look, let me see. Wait, what is her signature like on this contract? Cause I was gonna say, cause it looks like that this is missing a bit here. There's like the Y and the G, but never mind. I don't know what point I was gonna say, So I was gonna say, I don't know what I was gonna say. Ignore me. What's this? Let's see. It says, check the video camera after Mr. Reeves comes tumbling out. It's a note signed by the accused, instructing Bonnie to collect Mr. Reeves' video camera from him, it seems. But the writings are different. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I found it in the dressing room before the show. Can we never look at it? Well, look at it when it gets added to the court record. When I saw it, I realized that Trucy knew about the prank. It does bear her signature. I'll give you that much. Okay. So the defendant had prior knowledge of the prank? Okay, so question is, why is the handwriting and the signature so different? And also, not only in like just like kind of the font in the font, but also in, you know, like the line width. Because you would suspect that, you know, Trucy would use the same pen to, you know, write the message as she would with her signature. Therefore, the lines would be the same width. And like this message looks typed out while the signature is obviously handwritten. So, and like and I know this is Ace Attorney, so all the signatures, like whenever a character does a signature multiple times, it looks exactly the same. But if I'm applying real world logic to this, every single person, like, at least for me, my signatures, whenever I'm signing receipts at work and stuff, they look my signature looks slightly different every time I sign something. So you would expect something similar in this case, but with Trucy, it's like exactly the same on this document, on this note, and on this contract. So yeah. So the defendant had prior knowledge of the prank. It would appear so, yes. When she learned about the plan to trick her, she decided to use it to her own advantage. So she thrust the steel sword into the coffin where the victim stood, chuckling to himself. Is that not what happened, Miss Wright? Of course not, and I didn't write or sign that note. But the handwriting matches yours. All the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit. But I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Then explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not? I can't explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. I didn't kill Mr. Reeves. You have to believe me. Yeah, she knows nothing of that fucking note. What's all the silence about it? Just, the silence is deafening. Yeah, the silence is fucking deafening. Continue struggling against the threads of your own karma if you wish, accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you've spun for yourself. Miss Wright, it is time to resign yourself to your fate. No, I didn't do it. I knew it. That sweet-looking girl, a murderer. She took all of us with that act of hers. All of us in with that act of hers. I told you, I knew she was a homicidal little witch from the start. But I didn't do it. I really didn't. Why doesn't anybody believe me? Shouldn't be a killer. We won't fall for that anymore. There's like a little bit of evidence that can prove that Trucy, that kind of contradicts what we know. You know, mainly the stab wound and the handwriting, but mainly the stab wound. And like, why hasn't a Apollo or Emma or Athena brought that up yet. Like, I know Emma is probably still in the courtroom. Like, obviously we can't see her because Ace Attorney only, you know, brings up usually like one or two sprites at a time one or two sprites at a time in the Apollo Justice trilogy, right? So, but Emma is probably sitting there like, this is suspicious. This is suspicious. This is bad. Like, why hasn't anyone brought up the stab wound yet? And how inconsistent that is to where Trucy allegedly stabbed Reuse. Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Because if we look, I'm still on this point. If we look at Reuse's body, he was, you know, stabbed here. That's where the blood is. But if Trucy really did kill Reuse, then the stab mark would be here, and there would be blood pouring out onto this part of the coffin, right? But there is not. And I don't even think there's any like holes on the back of the coffin to actually put the sword into. Like, you saw in the show tape that there's holes on the side to, you know, put the sword in, but not in like the back of the coffin or the front of the coffin. So yeah, Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling and let us offer the victim's soul the last rites it deserves. Very well. I suppose I have no other choice. This court hereby finds the defendant, Trucy.
Objection!
Thank fuck Apollo. Thank you for objecting to that. The defense has an objection. Apollo, even now you would. I won't give up, and I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. Wright, who's counting on me, and Trucy, who's put all of her fate in me. Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you have evidence with which to refute the prosecution's claims, correct? Yeah, of course, Your Honor. Do we really have anything, Apollo? Actually, we do. There's one piece of evidence we can present here. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may proceed. As we saw in the show footage, there's no question that the defendant thrust the sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let's not forget that this was a magic show filled with tricks and illusions. We can't take everything we see at face value, huh? So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved? Yes. The defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death. Now, what was it Trucy told me she did just before she thrust the sword into the coffin? She switched it with the rubber one. Very well, let us see your evidence then, Mr. Justice. But remember, you interrupted my verdict to make this claim. Oh. 3 penalty points. It's fine. You will be severely penalized if I find that you are bluffing. We haven't had this bad of a we haven't had this bad of a penalty since the first Apollo Justice. That's fine, Your Honor. This shows that it is possible that the sword Mr. Wright used was not the cause of death.
Take that!
It's a sword stand. What's this? A sword from the show? That's right, Your Honor. This rubber sword was in the show stand on the stage. During the trick, Miss Wright was supposed to swap the real sword for a rubber sword, and she told us on record that she remembers very clearly that she did. I see. So the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? But then why was a steel sword found lying on the stage? Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping it with the rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell and the sphere was evacuated. The real culprit must have used the resulting chaos to swap the rubber sword for the steel one. Do you not know when to give up, Stinkbug? That is not possible. The blood was found in the coffin hole that the sword was thrust into. That it must have been left there when the accused withdrew the sword. This is incontrovertible proof that the sword she used was a steel one. It certainly looks like incontrovertible, doesn't it? That blood could be the result of someone tampering with the crime scene after the fact. After the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theatre. And I don't know why I'm moving around. I don't know why I have my bottle in my hand like this. I don't know. There was plenty of time for somebody to plant that blood there. If the sword the accused used was a rubber one, then when exactly do you propose the victim was killed, given that Mr. Reeves was alive when he entered that cabin? Finding the answer to that question is precisely why we need to continue this trial. Shit. Look at the spell this time. Let me express my opinion. By all accounts, it is certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence. But as to the question of whether the sword the defendant used was rubber or steel, I believe further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue. Very well, Your Honor. Yes, I saved it. Somehow. Too close for comfort, but still. Okay, the crime photo has been updated in the court record. Let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. I advise the prosecution and the defense to use this time to prepare. We are back in the defendant's lobby number. Which one was it again? Defendant lobby number 3. Dude, that was hairy. Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of my teeth. I can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor said Marty either. You know, with the way he says, let it go and move on as if it's nothing. Let it go and move on, huh? Whoa, boy, am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something? Rettins. Going next, evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Keep making that face jump and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Tracy, now smile for the camera. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the grammary creed tells you to do? Leave her the fuck alone, dude. She's a trial for murder. I wanna punch this man in the face. How does it feel, Tracy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of truth, right? Go away, you creep. Yeah, exactly. Listen to Athena. You're weirdo. Oh, what's this? Something just charged into frame. It looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Tracy's cat? Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. What happened to the camera? It just disappeared right before our very eyes. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy's show from the gallery. I put out a call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. Bet I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. Rettins is a very punchable guy. He called us some of Trucy's fans, but for what purpose? Apollo? That thing Mr. Rettins just did? That was some high-level slave hand. Oh, why would he know how to do something like that? I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills. No, but I thought you said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings. Mr. Lawyer? Oh, it's Bonnie. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with anything? Well, there's something that's been bothering me. Really? What is it? Well, you see... Hey, don't know what you whispering to Lobster Boy about. Betty, who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this? You know you have to talk to me first before you do or say anything, you harebrain. But shut your mouth, you dumb buddy. Come with me now. I wonder what was bothering her. There's no way we're finding that out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that. Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying? Yeah, it's just... I wonder what Mr. Rettins has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans. Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve too. He better not be trying to get under Tracy's skin right now of all times. You're Tracy right, and you'll be fine. Oh, there goes a Paul with his best trick. His core to steal. That's right, whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine. Alright, I'll give it a try. I'm Tracy Wright and I'm fine. Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now. There we go. Good luck up down the stand. You'll do great. Thanks, I'll be fine. I can do this. Alright, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. And we are back in the courtroom number 6. I was so ready to say courtroom number 4 then, but courtroom number 4 being blown up was the plot of fucking Dual Destinies. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand. Tracy Wright, magician. Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch, for the murderer in jail, the last member of that criminal troupe. Boo, we don't want to see you on any stage. Order! The gallery will be quiet or I will have you all thrown out on the spot. Finally, he grows a fucking backbone. What's all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Rettins invited. Well, great A jerk. Well, he's not going to psych us out. Now then, Miss Wright. This court would like to know if you switch from the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue. She's just going to try and trick us again with her magic. Hurry up and convict already. Give her the death penalty. Don't give her the bloody death penalty. Silence, all of you. I won't tell you again. Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify? Yeah, I'm fine, Your Honor. Tracy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this. I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words? Actually, exactly what happened. Would that be alright, Your Honor? You could witness my stupendous sword switching magic and judge for yourselves. In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Yeah, it's Tracy we're talking about. Of course she is. Our Tracy is amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the true grammarian creed even now. She really is something else. It's showtime for magical girl Tracy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody. Here's her witness testimony. And I think... I'll go back on. Options. I think it is time for me to end the game. End stream here. We are, I believe, right about in the middle of this trial. Yeah, we're just about in the middle. So, yeah. So yeah, we're right in the middle of this trial. I'm going to be finishing this off on Friday. Yeah, did that right there. Yeah, I'm going to be finishing this off on Friday, and the ad starts in. You know, I'm gonna snooze the ad. Cause yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this off on Friday. We have about half the trial left, and it's a pretty long trial. So yeah, we're gonna finish that off on Friday, and then probably also work on Sunday. Hopefully Minecraft works, cause yesterday, like Microsoft, like I think it was Microsoft Azure, like Microsoft Azure or something, whatever it's called, was like down. So and that fucked with Minecraft the Minecraft authentication like services, meaning that no one, like at least out like me and like my friend, me and like a few others that are like in Sugar's Discord, like none of us could like get on, and no one could get on like a Minecraft server. Like the only thing you could really do on Minecraft like yesterday was play single player, and that lasted for like hours. Like I did manage to get on a server like at like 8-ish, like 7 or 8-ish, like at night, but like some of my other friends were still having problems with it, and couldn't get on for like another half an hour. So yeah, we were still having some problems with it last night. I did just play on my creative server earlier, just before stream, and it seemed fine, but I know Microsoft has been having a lot of issues recently, so Oswork, we may not be having an Oswork stream on Sunday. If I can't get on Oswork on Sunday, then we'll stream something else. I don't know what, because I don't know if we're gonna stream Sims. And then we're not gonna be streaming Sticky Business until like until there's another like update or DLC to the game. So I don't know, maybe we might, if I'm not streaming in Oslo, then I might try and see if there's another Rusty Lake game that I can play on Steam. I don't know how many of the Rusty Lake games are on Steam, so I don't know, but yeah, I might try and see if I can play another Rusty Lake game, because I really enjoyed streaming Underground Blossom it was last Wednesday that we streamed Underground Blossom. Yeah, I really enjoyed streaming that. It was a long stream. It was like 3 hours, which is like just over 3 hours, which is a bit longer for me, because it's just because of like what time I stream. Like 3 hours wouldn't feel that long if I streamed like way earlier in the day, but I stream like later on at night, so it feels like longer. Like if you think about it, I streamed for 3 and a bit hours. Like it was like almost midnight when I finished stream last Wednesday. So yeah, but yeah, if I can't get on Oswork if I can't get on the Oswork server on Sunday, then we'll maybe try and see if I can find another Rusty Lake game. What games do I want on wish list? What games do I have on my wish list? I have, so on my wish list, on my Steam wish list, I have Lego Brawls, Plastic Duck Simulator, which I might actually do, Unpacking, which I don't know how long that'll be. I think that only takes like a stream or two, so maybe we start Unpacking. Venba, which I have seen a lot of people say that it's a really good game. Good Pizza, Great Pizza, Little Nightmares, all the Little Nightmares games, so Little Nightmares 1, 2 and 3. Super Dark Deception, that has mixed reviews. Like just over half, like 60% say, apparently, according to the Steam, when you hover over the overall reviews bit, it says how many have reviewed it. But yeah, apparently 64% have reviewed it as positive. So I might start Super Dark Deception again, because we did play the demo of it. We did play the Monkey Business game. Not Monkey Business. Monkey Business game. Rephrase. The Monkey Business stage. Apparently there's also Agatha Elementary, the like Agatha stage as well. But I didn't play that one. I just played the Monkey Business stage. So yeah, I might do Super Dark Deception now that I'm doing normal Dark Deception as a YouTube only thing and not literally streaming it, because my computer can't handle me streaming it. But also I kind of want to wait until there's been more bug patches out for Super Dark Deception, because I've been seeing on Twitter, there's been like a few there's been like a few bug fixes, so I might wait until there's like a lot less bug fixes for Super Dark Deception before I start playing it. And also I might play Super Dark Deception maybe after I do Edge of Investigations. Wait, do I not have Edge of Investigations on my wish list? No, I do not. I also have Untitled Goose Game, the Henry Stickmin collection. I'm gonna be so fucking real. I think the only reason I have Henry Stickmin on my wish list is because I know there's Ace Attorney references in it. So yeah. And I also have Peggle Deluxe, just because I used to play it when I was a kid. So yeah. So yeah, I have quite a few games in my Steam library that I haven't played for a while. I might try and see if the Lego Ninjago movie game will finally work, because last time I tried streaming it just kept crashing. We try and do the escapades for Great Ace Attorney if we can't access Oswork. Terraria is also a good shout. I could do that. I have quite a few games that I have streamed before. I might stream one Human because my dad told me to get that the other day because he said it was good. So I might try and stream that if I can't. Again, these are all possibilities for if I cannot stream on Oswork. But yeah, those are just all possibilities. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go raid somebody. Let's go and raid. Speaking of Once Human, let's go raid Nordic. He's playing Once Human. So yeah, let's go raid Nordic. / raid Nordic the North. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. And I hope you've enjoyed the stream. All my socials are in the About Me section and commands on Twitch and in the description on YouTube. I hope you go enjoy Nordic's stream. And yeah, I shall see you on Friday for finishing off the Magical Turnabout. And then Sunday, hopefully Oswork SMP, hopefully some Minecraft. And then hopefully on next week we're gonna start, I think it's the Right of Turnabout. I think that's the next case in Apologistice. But yeah, hopefully that's the plan for the next few streams. So yeah, bye.